GURN 2 Gurgen is a cooperative game. You and up to 3 friends have been captured and placed in a medieval fantasy dungeon. The only exit requires 3 keys to unlock and is guarded by a powerful monster. Fight your way through the dungeon to find the keys and escape. Be careful though, there are dangerous monsters about, and you have a limited amount of attack dice. Once you use them, they are gone. Setup. Find the red movement dice and the black enemy dice, and place them on the board. There are 3 types of cards: boss, room, and halls. Separate the cards by type and shuffle them. Place all of the boss cards into one pile near the room with the skull. Take the room cards and deal them out to the remaining rooms on the board. Each room should have its own set of 4 room cards near it. Take the hall cards and place them where all players can easily reach. Lastly, give each player 10 white dice. Each player selects a colored game piece and places it on the location marked Start. The players also take a player health dial and set it to 40. Each turn consists of up to 3 actions: move, draw, and trade. First is the move action. When a player rolls the red dice, they advance that many spaces with their game piece. This is always followed by a draw action. If a player is not in any room, they draw from the hall's deck. If they are in a room, they pick a card from the room's deck, except for the boss room. These cards may be items, dice gain, or monsters. The last action is a trade action. Players may trade dice and items freely at the end of their turn. This is optional and only allowed if their corresponding players' pieces are adjacent in the halls or together in the same room. When a monster card is drawn, you are now in combat and must defend yourself from the monster. The player always attacks first in a combat. The combat consists of 2 phases: the player phase and the monster phase. In the player phase, the player may choose to roll any number of their white dice, up to the amount in their collection. Once they have selected a number they wish to roll, they pick up those dice from their collection and roll them. After the results are tallied, the player discards all used dice to the hoard. If the results is greater than the monster's health, the monster is defeated and the combat is over. If the monster is not defeated, the monster phase begins. In the monster phase, the player rolls the black monster dice. The amount of dice rolled is determined by the level of the monster that is attacking. For example, 1 dice if it's a level 1, 2 if it's a level 2, 3 for level 3, and then the boss level is 4, so that would be 4 dice. These 2 phases will continue and repeat until either the monster or the player loses all of their health. If the player loses all their health, they are defeated and are out of the game. They may only be returned to life by a special item of which only one exists. If a player has no dice when it is the player phase in combat, they immediately take 5 damage and gain 2 dice to use against the monster. There is a special case with combat when fighting the boss. When fighting the boss, the player and the boss each only attack once, then the turn is over. In order to win the game, the players must defeat the boss. This first requires opening the gate to the boss room. This gate requires 3 boss keys, which can be found in any one of the rooms. Once all 3 boss keys item cards are drawn, players must take them to one of the 4 spaces in front of the gate. Once all 3 boss keys are present, the door is unlocked and players may enter the boss room to confront the boss. After the first player enters the boss room, they pick up one of the boss cards to reveal which boss they must fight, and combat begins. Once a player has entered the boss room, they may not exit. They need not roll movement on their turn, as every turn in the boss room is spent in combat with the boss. Once the boss is defeated, the players are free and have won the game. Thanks for watching.